Hi my beautiful friends of internet, it's Olga here and I would like to present 5 practical tips on how to move abroad. So now, don't be surprised if I look down because I have my tips written right here, so it's gonna be kind of structured. But I would like to stress in advance that there is no specific order right here. They're very much connected and intertwined with each other, and I will explain it in a while, so let's just jump right into it. So my first one is you will have to find a place to stay, which is kind of obvious. When you move to another country you need to live somewhere, which depends very much on the reason why you are moving to this country. In my case, I moved because I moved to my boyfriend. He's German, I'm Russian, and at some point we decided that we need to choose a country, so I moved to his place. So I didn't need to research this. But I live here already for 1 year, pretty much. Yes, 1 year. So I have a couple of insider information already, which I want to share with you. So you need to research in advance the area you want to live in. And I would say don't start with a place you really want to live in, because there are posh areas, there are cheaper areas in every city and town in the world. But you have to first think of the place where you need to be every single day, which in this case is a language school, if you don't speak the language, or your job, if you are already invited by your employer, or if you know that this is the place where you're gonna work. So let's just assume you don't speak the language, which is more or less the case for most of people who move to a new country, which was the case for me. So I had a school I researched in advance. This was the school pretty much in the city center, next to the central station, train station, and I happened to live pretty much close to the central station. So my everyday way to work is 10 minutes by bike. Which means that if we decided to live in a posh area because it's nice, because it's beautiful, it has gardens and so on, there is a bit more space. They have houses, not flats. That's pretty much the difference. So that would mean that we live in a cool area, but I would need to drive every single day like 20-30 minutes to my school. It's okay, it's not a lot, but it adds up every single day, there and back for many months. If you don't speak the language, you will have to do it for many months. So you have to think in advance. You have to find a place where you have to be every single day and find a place to live in relation to it, not the other way around. Okay? So my second one is transportation. So that's how it's all intertwined and connected to each other, because I just said about transportation. So here in Bremen, I live in the northern Germany. In Bremen, the transport card for a month costs, if I'm not mistaken, 62 euro, around 60 euro, which is quite a lot. You will compare, of course, to your own country. I come from Russia, and 62 euro for a monthly ticket, difficult. I mean, not difficult, but you will have to spend it every single month. So if you found a place to stay, a place to live, next to your job or next to your school, you will not have to spend this money. For me, I use the bus once a month, maybe twice a month, when I go out with my girlfriends and I have to ride to the club or to the restaurant. That's it. That's pretty much it. Well, of course, my boyfriend, now husband, he has a car. But he has a car. If I need to drive somewhere, I will have to figure out this. So that's a bit tricky, which I don't have to do because we researched our school in advance. That's it. The next point, I told you I'm gonna look down. So the next point is, again, intertwined with the previous one. You will have to find a language school. Let's just assume you don't speak the language, which I didn't when I came to this country. I would suggest, of course, you research the prices and the location. Yes, that's obvious, but I will tell you the reason why you have to find a language school. Let's just imagine you come to this country because you moved to your boyfriend or to your husband. You come here and you think the life is going to be easy and airy and colorful and bright, which it is. I will not say it isn't, but if you don't speak the language, you will pretty much be, okay, not the outsider, but you get what I'm trying to say. So be proactive about this, be proactive about yourself. You will have to take care of yourself, not your husband, not your family, not your friends. You will have to take care of yourself, which feels so much better if you speak the language, at least okayish, because then people will really listen to you and they will try to get what you want from them. And it's not only about the supermarket or ordering your food in the restaurant. You will be able to find a job. You will be able to earn money. You will be able to be independent and to be yourself, exactly like you were before you came to this country, which is a nice feeling. So research your language school in advance and thoroughly, because it is important. For me, I learned the language in 10 months. I mean, my program was for 10 months. I'm still in the process of learning, but I can speak it already. So you're gonna go to the school every single day for 10 months. It's worth researching. And what I mean by researching, here's a bit of inside information right there. So I would suggest to stay away from some of the governmental programs. And I will explain it in a bit. Here in Germany, at the moment, we have quite a lot of refugees, which is super nice. I am as well, in a way, a refugee. I'm an immigrant. So I feel like when we have conversations in the restaurants with the friends, with the German friends, with the people who were born here, I feel like I want to protect the people who just came here, because I am in a way the same. And most of them, trust me, they come with the degrees, they come with already some language knowledge, so it's not just some people, they're good. But the major difference is when the governmental programs work together with language schools, it means that the language course is going to be for free, which in most cases will mean that the people didn't really choose to do it, they were made to do it. So what you end up with is staying in a group with all those people who speak their language and they don't really want to speak it with you. So you will be like, I don't feel good, I don't feel nice. This is what some of my friends went through. So I would suggest stay away from the governmental programs, because it only means one thing. People did not choose to do it themselves, they were made to do it, which is the question of motivation. You get what I'm saying. Another point is, again, connected with this one, is if you research your school well enough in advance, you will end up with really cool friends. This is what I found. My circle of friends at the moment, I have quite a lot of friends, I would say. Friends, acquaintances, some of them are closer, some are not. We all come from different countries, most of them from the US, some of them from Latin America, and I'm very happy about this. My girlfriends, the one I go out with, they're amazing. Shout out to my girlfriends now, if you're maybe watching this. So it's worth researching it in advance, because then you end up with really, really cool people. My next point is also intertwined with this one. Again, how to find friends. Let's just say you were not fortunate enough to find really cool friends in your language school, which is not necessarily the case. I was just very lucky, but it's not necessarily the case. And you still want to find your own friends, because let's just face it, you come from your own country, you do not have your friends next to you, you do not have your family next to you, so at some point you might feel lonely. Even though you have your husband or your boyfriend next to you, you just don't have your circle of friends, your people you can relate to, which can be a bit frustrating. So again, be proactive about this. Go and find them. That's it. Go and find them. So how? First, again, you can do it in your language school, and again, be very friendly and be proactive about this. Don't be grumpy in your group every single day because it's morning, 9 a.m., I don't know what to do. No, be friendly to the people, because they might be the people you really end up with, and they might be really nice to you. So in other ways, a lot of schools, for example my school, they have tandem programs. You just have to subscribe for this. This is completely free. So for example, I speak Russian as a native language, and the people here in Germany, let's just say, they want to learn Russian. So what my language school does, they are just like people in between. So they find these German people, they find me, and they just connect the two parties. This is cool in any way because you can practice the language you are learning at the moment, which is important, trust me, you will want to speak it at some point. But you might also find that the person is more or less of your age. This person has more or less the same interests. You can go to festival, to music concerts, to whatever you want. So this is again the nice way. So it's called a tandem partner. And you can also find some networks online. In Facebook, for example, they have quite a lot of networks for expatriates, which, if you don't know, these are the people who come from a different country to stay in this one, in this case in Germany, for a long time, and they pretty much moved. They have a job, they try to integrate. That's pretty much it. That's my definition, by the way. Yeah, so there was the point about friends, and my last fifth tip is find a really nice gym, which is self-explanatory. You would want to stay healthy and fit if you already did this when you were in your own country, which, by the way, you don't have to if you don't want to. But if you do, you find a really nice gym, and there as well, be friendly and be proactive. That's how it's connected to the previous point. You might also find some friends there, because when you go to the gym, you see the people, they are also might not be German. They might be speaking to each other, and you realize, oh, okay, they're not speaking German. They are probably foreigners like I am. And even, well, if you don't know how to use this specific machine, you can ask them. Or if you see that they're struggling, you can just explain it to them. And here you go, you already have the conversation. Or if you have very nice workers in your gym, I mean from the front desk, you can just speak to them and say, hey, I'm a newbie here, can you show me around? And they will be very happy to do it. Yeah, so there is another benefit of a gym, which is not the obvious one. It's not the health. I mean, it's obvious, but it's not that one. In my gym, we have cyber classes, which means that you go into a specific room, you close the door so no one enters this, and you have the course, let's just say Pilates or yoga or something like this. But you don't have the person in front of you, you have a huge screen, and you have a person on the screen showing you how to do it. And here I found Go There. In the beginning it was a bit frustrating to me because it was all in German, and I was like, I really want to train. I don't want to figure out if I need to lift my leg or arm, or I need to stretch my back or whatever. I just want to stretch my back and that's it. But trust me, once you're a bit familiar with the language, you hear those words and you're like, that's the back, that's how to stretch. That's the leg, that's the hip, and that's the shoulder. Nice. So next time you hear those words, you'll be like, that's the shoulder, I know it already. It really helps. And when me for example, when I went to my classes, and we had this topic of the body parts, and I already knew them, trust me, I felt really good. I felt really nice knowing this in advance, because I was like, I went to my gym and that's how I know. So that's pretty much it. I had my 5 tips on 5 practical tips on how to move abroad. And if you want some more information about any of those tips or any other tips, I'm here in Germany for already a year, so I have pretty much a lot of inside information. Let me know in the comment below and subscribe if you want to see more videos.